Peace and blessings, Grand Kush. A quick story on positive and negative vibrations. Sometimes positive and negative don't really have a lot to do with, even though it does, a lot to do with being a good or a bad person. Positivity and negativity, when dealing with the forces of nature, is a vibration, it's a frequency, right? And so positive vibration will always uplift. Negative vibration and frequency can keep you down, right? Can keep your continence low, can keep you in a depressed, repressed state. Well, the story I want to talk about is how this brother uplifted me with some positive frequency at a time that I needed it, right? This shit was powerful. You know what I mean? It was powerful. So let me go into the story, right? So I'm working in the All Eyes on Egypt bookstore. I'm not even just working in there. I'm managing this bookstore, right? In London, England, in the UK. In Halsden, Stonebridge area, right? For those who know about those areas from the UK, if you're from the UK and you watch this video, you know the area. This is like the late 90s, like 1999, right? Could be like the year 2000. I don't know. All right, so I'm in England. I've been in England maybe about 2 years already. I stayed in England for like 5 years, right? And so, mind you, to be in England, like I did a lot to stay there, right? Along with my first wife. I did a lot to stay there. A lot of hustling, a lot of paperwork, a lot of waiting, well, anyway, this particular day, I'm going to work. I had already woke up, like, not necessarily in a bad mood. I was just down. You know what I'm saying? I was just having one of those days, right? And I couldn't shake the energy. And I went to I went to work and I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to stay here all day. I'm locking the shop up early. If nobody comes in here today, you know what I'm saying, to purchase anything or come uh get some right knowledge, or just if nobody is frequenting the shop this particular day, I'm leaving. I'm locking it up. I'm leaving early. And so it's like winter time. And what made it worse is, man, the UK is the worst in the winter. The days is gray. It turned dark, pitch black, dark, like real early. I think at this time, I'm in the bookstore. It's probably like 5 o'clock. So it's like pitch black. You understand what I'm saying? And the way the shop was set up, the counter, me being behind the counter, I can look out the door and the wall, the whole wall was just glass, right? You can look outside and shit. And so, I'm in the bookstore, and like I said, I can't really shake this feeling of being down. Like, I'm angling, I'm thinking. So I'm a Sagittarius, so Sagittarius is always thinking, right? So I'm angling in my mind. I'm trying to read. I'm watching the master teacher on video. You know, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't even care to even do this. I'm not doing anything. What I needed in my mind, I was just like, you know what? I don't even want to be around nobody right now today. You know what I'm saying? So I burned some incense And I'm like, I'm gonna just do me. I put on some hip hop. You understand? I was like, I'm not studying, not doing anything. I'm just gonna chill, right, until I feel like leaving. And so as I'm chilling, still in my little state, but the hip hop is kind of changing my mood a little bit, but I'm still kind of down. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing home. I'm missing America. Missing a lot of shit, right? Because in the UK is no American anything. Food, music, none of that. Even that, I think the accents was getting on my nerves this day, right? I didn't even want to hear a British accent. No joke. So I'm in a bookstore, some time go past, and then like out of nowhere, out of nowhere, this brother came in the bookstore. And when he came in the bookstore, he came through the door and he like stood at the door like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at all this energy right here. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking at the brother, so I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm surprised. I haven't seen like hardly anybody today. And this brother come in with this energy from nowhere. Never seen him before, never talked to him. And so he was like, Rahul Bhat. And when he said Rahul Bhat, it was almost like he was reading my mind. He was saying, like, get up. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm like, Rahul Bhat. And so the brother comes to me and gives me some dap, right? And then the dap just, it was like some hard from a brother, like, hey, brother, I'm here. You understand what I'm saying? I feel you. And he's hit me with that dap. Wow. It was like, hand, soul clap, just like, wow. You know what I mean? And boom, he reached across the counter and he put his arm on my shoulder. He was like, man, you good. Now I don't remember everything he said, so I'm gonna kind of paraphrase what he said, right? He was like, bro, you good? He was like, man, you down. I feel the energy. You feel down, man. He said I had to come in here. I had to come in here and talk to you. In my mind, I'm like, what the fuck? You understand? But he was like, man, you down? He was like, God, we're not supposed to be down. He was like, look where you at, man. Look around. We got to stay up. You understand what I'm saying? He was like, man, it's hard out here, but you know what? You know what, King, man? We Nawapians. You understand what I'm saying? We dealing with, the most impactful science, man, out here, man. We got to stay up. And he was like, man, I'm always up. And bruh, he dropped. He was like, watch this, bruh. He dropped. He was already kind of yoked up a little bit. Dropped down and did like 20 push-ups. Ooh, ooh. You know what I'm saying? He's amped. He's amped. And this energy is like, it's bringing me up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's bringing me up. I'm like, hell yeah. Not hell yeah, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is what I needed. And he was like, hey, bro, I wanted to come in here and just talk to you, man. I was feeling the energy as I was walking past, man. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even care he was a Nuwapian. He didn't even care about the bookstore. It was like he came in to specifically talk to me. You understand what I'm saying? And so, man, after we like chopped it up a little bit, I think the brother was from New York, man. And even his accent, it was American accent off the rip. It just brought me up. But it did a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? This conversation, it let me know why I was there. There's a lot of stuff that went through my head talking to this brother, right? And the main thing was the spirit, okay? The Most High, the positivity of the Most High, it's going to hit you in different ways, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though we may strive to be better people through religion and things of that nature, we doing what we got to do. Some of us is going to church every week, whatever we got to do to get positive based on our God, you know, um, It was deeper than that, right? It was deeper than that. It was me and him. And the Most High, man, are coming in many forms. And it was no doubt to me in my mind that this brother was angelic. This brother could have just manifested outside of the bookstore and walked in, right? So after the conversation, he was like, bruh, man, you know what I'm saying? I just hope you stay up, stay up. You know what I'm saying? You a beautiful brother, you know what I'm saying? Stay up. You know what I mean? I hope I came in here and gave some light and things of that nature. But man, I'm on a mission. I got to get up out here. He was like from New York, so he was talking fast. He was hella amped up. You know what I'm saying? He was hella hyped. He was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go do my thing. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? God, you know why do? And he was out. Man, I sat for like 20 minutes, like, what the fuck? And it was personal, man. It was personal. You know, I'm like, where'd he come from? Who is this? Never seen him. We didn't even talk about no, hey, bruh, how long you been in this? It was none of that. It was like, bruh, get up. Get up, bruh. Shake that, bring your confidence up. Shake that energy off you, man. Don't let the devil seep into you type of conversation. And he bounced. I felt so good after that brother left, man. You understand what I'm saying? I felt so good after that brother left because my spirit before he came in, I was shaking myself, man. Like I said, I couldn't shake it. I was doing a lot of hustling. I think everything that I was doing, my grind, it was just coming down on me, man. I had just had my first son. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you out here trying to do the best you can. You always can do more, but sometimes you just get stuck in that rut, right? And man, that brother left. And I was like, man, that shit was powerful. That shit was powerful. But like I said, it was personal. It was between me and him. Never seen the brother again. Never came back into the bookstore. You know what I'm saying? I can't even remember the brother's name. If I knew the brother's name, I'd put it in the ethers and just tell that brother, man, thank you for that night, man. Thank you for coming in that bookstore when you did. It wasn't like I was on leave and crash out or anything like that, but I needed that raising. Sometimes you be doing a lot in your life. You be doing a lot of positive shit in your life. And sometimes you need somebody to just tell you, you know, man, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. We need that sometimes, brothers. Okay? Sometimes we don't realize how powerful our energy is to each other. Instead of bringing each other down, riding on a nigga where a nigga is always in aggressive mode. You know what I'm saying? Staying venomous, right? We need the upliftment from each other, you know? And it was all in that soul clap, right? That spark, the energy, you know what I'm saying? His energy, whatever he came in with, he shot that shit right in my chest, blew him with that dap. Bow, right on the brain, you know? Some of y'all brothers, y'all don't know how powerful we are, man. You feel me? I've been dealing with this knowledge since 17, 18 years old, man. Shaking a lot of negativity, cutting off a lot of negative energies. You know, studying diligently, right? And all that is supposed to parlay into, if you decide to have a family, you know, that's where this shit all matters, man. When you decide to have a family, Cause you can be out there by yourself, man. It is shit, you know. You can take care of yourself. Some of y'all niggas can't take care of themselves. But what I mean by that, by yourself, you can choose to be a homeless fuck, a wreck, a fuck up, or whatever. You can do that yourself. But when you got a family, man, you can't crash out like that. You can't crash out like that, man. You know? And salute to all the brothers out there who went positive because they started from a negative frequency, who went positive and have managed to change their life around. You know, not to say you come from a life that's all bad, but shit, as brothers, man, we gotta deal with a lot of shit. And people think we don't deal with a lot of shit. Okay? Especially in relation to these straight-haired mankind races. You know? So that's just a quick story, man, I wanted to share, man, on positive and negative vibration, right? And how powerful, you know, it can be to share your positivity, right? And that's when you are one who cares, right? And if you look at the early Nuwapian books, it was written by those that care. You understand what I'm saying? So look, stay positive, man. Stay positive. Keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and listen. Because when you need it, the Most High will always send to you something that you need to shake your negativity. But you got to be able to see and hear and reason out if this is the positivity that you're looking for, right? And with that, I'm Greg Kush. Y'all hold it down. Until next time, stay great. Peace.